Welcome back, folks. I'm your host, Kelly Sparks, aka Redbeard. You can find me on Instagram at SonofThor3. I also have a Facebook page, 8 Fingers Whiskey Club. We do tastings every so often. I'll try to set one up and have some people over, and we'll have food and a few whiskeys and have a good time. And everybody will pitch in and try stuff you had never had before. I was going to do a review over this old bottling of Dalmore 12. I don't know if y'all have noticed that this is not what it looks like anymore. Now it has the big embossed stag, 12-point stag, and a nicer label. Well, I was going to tell y'all about the differences between this one and the current Dalmore 12. Because I actually did a head-to-head tasting with this one and a current version, and they're two different whiskeys. They have similarities, but the new one, I have to say, is better. Now, there could be a reason behind this. As you can see, my cork broke off. I have had this one before, and I was able to get the cork out. I moistened the cork up quite a bit, but alas, I've let it sit too long, and I broke the cork off. So, along with my tasting this whiskey, I'm going to show y'all how I have been able to salvage whiskeys and get the cork out operation. Can't think of the word. So I'm basically going to pause this. Where is the... And I'm back. So I was looking for my tool. Now, this is not near as strong as a wine cork, so what's going to happen if you try to use a corkscrew, even if you do get it moist, once you get it in there, doubt very seriously it's going to be able to pull all the way out because most of the cork has already disintegrated. Ah. Ha. Oh. Sweet. So I moistened it up enough to where it would hold, and as you can see, we just got a bunch of little giblets. Now, I do see a little bit of cork left off in that bottle. So basically what I'm going to do, you can't really see it, but there's remnants and residue of that old cork on the inside lip of that bottle. So I like to, you can use your finger, you can use a towel, if you've got a clean scratch pad or another cork laying around. I don't have another cork. There's a cork. This is a wine bottle cork. A little too big. Oh, no, it's not. So I'm going to take this other cork, try to clean out some of that gunk, that old cork gunk. East Texas phrase. And I mean, if you can't get it all out, it's not a big deal. But you can see you still got a couple little floaties left off in your bottle. So what I like to do is pretty much just dump out your whiskey into a mason jar or a cup or anything. Go ahead and get it out of there, all right? Hopefully your giblets came out with it. I'm not seeing any giblets in the bottle. I don't see any stuck anywhere. So pretty sure the giblets came out. So now what I'm going to do, take my funnel, and then I got my strainer, put that over the top, and go ahead and slowly dump it back in. It helps if you have somebody helping you. Yeah, I see some of the giblets on the inside of this jar, so pretty sure I got them all. Take that. And make a bunch of noise. Fuck it, whatever. All right, so now you've removed all your giblets. Hopefully you've kept some of your corks from older bottlings, from other bottles that you finished. It'd be a wise idea to do it. I've got some extra corks on hand, but I'm going to go ahead and do my little comparison. See, I like this one. Even this bottling, and I want to say this is probably post 2006 bottling. If I remember correctly, I researched it when Dalmore changed their labeling. I want to say it was around 05, 06. So this bottling could very well be from over 13 years old. So if that's the case, if it was bottled in 05, distilled in what, 93? Damn, I keep forgetting to look down here. So what I noticed between this one has a very, it's not smoky. It's like smoking a cigar, that aftertaste you get from a cigar. I understand why they got the cigar malt now. It just has that freshly stogied mouthfeel. I don't know what I'm talking about. I mean, as far as, I don't think it's peated much, if any. It is a single Highland malt. It's got some floral finish to it. One thing I did notice about this one compared to the newer versions, the newer ones have a more robust mouthfeel and overall flavor profile. It feels like it sticks with you better. Now, this one could have changed since the cork disintegrated on me. It could have it could have very well oxidized a little bit since the cork did dry out. So it might have changed it in the bottle a little bit. But all in all, I think this is a good learning experience for you folks out there. If you find bottles of whiskey that are corked, not all bottles are corked, obviously. If you find them that are corked and you feel like they've been sitting on the shelf for a little while, if you know when they were released, if they have a layer of dust on it, be a good idea to moisten that cork for a little while. Maybe I would lay it on its side for probably no more than an hour before you try to open it, or no less than an hour. Any longer than that, then it's gonna it could start to pull some of the characteristics of the cork into the whiskey. And that's another thing. If you go to your liquor store and you see them storing whiskey or alcohol on its side, I would steer clear of those bottlings. I try to tell my clerks that I deal with at the liquor store, hey, you shouldn't store these on their side. Anything over 40% alcohol is going to deteriorate the cork and draw the cork flavor into the whiskey. I made the mistake one night whenever I was real big into Lafroy 10-year-old, still am. I went and bought a bottle before I went to work. I was on second shift, and I laid it down on its side because we all know it comes in a round tube. Laid it on its side in the back of my truck or behind the front seat of my pickup, and I come out that night, get home. I won't tell you all I was drinking and driving. Get home, pour me a little dram of it, and sure enough, it tasted like cork. Now, as I went on, the flavor kind of got less and less, but that first few glasses tasted like cork. So, with that said, mind your old bottlings. Make sure you moisten the cork up liberally. Like I said, I wouldn't do it less than a half an hour. Half an hour to 60 minutes, you'll probably be good. But when you do try to open it, try to turn it slowly. If you see it's sticking, then you might want to go ahead and just get prepared to do surgery like I did today. So, with that said, I'm your host, Kelly Sparks. Like the video, share it with your friends, and comment, please. I know I've got a couple people commenting. I appreciate it. I'm going to do what I can to help everybody out and make our community better. So, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all have a great night. Bye.